What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to Rimworld 1.0. My name is Splat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to bounce around this wonderful little game. This is honestly one of those games that I can just play endlessly. Like, I'm never not in the mood for Rimworld. Like, I can sit down and play Rimworld for 5 or 6 hours no matter what. I just find it to be a fun game. It never wears out for me. It never wears out. Some games wear out, some games do not. And this is one of the ones in the latter category for me, the Splaticus. Oh, let's go with... We need a new building, or at least we need a table that people can eat at. Let's put a big old... Let's put a big old beast of a table, like, right here. And then what we'll do is we'll start taking some stool samples here, so that people have a place to eat. While we're on the job, we'll also put in stools on all of our workbenches because it actually gives you a mood bonus if you have something to sit on while people are working. So keep that in mind. It can be very helpful. They do have a pretty considerable building job down there, but they are also hunting, and so it's very, very unlikely that we're going to see the culmination of any of these jobs in the interim. It's going to be a little bit. What I like to do, too, is I like to cook fine meals and put those higher up, just in case we have meat around, so that they can combine the meat and the veggies. And if they do that, we'll end up with fine meals, which give people a +5 or a +10 to their mood. They're pretty good. And so it goes through food a little bit faster, but I mean, our meat is rotting away so fast right now anyways, that we might as well make good on the time that we have by ensuring that we have things available to make things easier. We got 596 potatoes right there. We may have time for another rice crop, but I'm not entirely 100% sure we're going to have enough left to do what I want to do over here. We have another raid. Man, people are not fans of our shenanigans right now. This dude got himself a dub. This dude over here got him a boomstick. He think he can terrorize us. I think I'm going to yoink that boomstick up out of it. Oh, never mind. He's going to wait before he attacks. Let everybody go to bed. That's fine. Let them get their rest in. We'll deal with the raid in the morning. It'll be a little bit before the slaughter is upon us. Yeah. Go ahead and raise that on up right there. All right, you coming? All right, he coming. We're going to set up a little ambush for him inside of here. People with guns, do your thing. Person with body... Aw, you gonna break my cooler? Hold up, hold up, hold up. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. See, look at your dumbass right now. Look at your dumbass. Look what happened to you. This is why you don't mess with us, bruh. This is why you don't mess with us. And see, now Frito got himself a gat. And Frito's a surgeon with that thing. Frito can carve you out all kinds. He can make the Mona Lisa with a shotgun. You know what I mean? Like, he's up in here like, how good is he? There's a rat attempting to murder me. There. There is no longer a rat attempting to murder me. There was a rat attempting to murder me, is the proper terminology now. He's daydreaming, probably to get his recreation up so that his mood stays solid. Honestly, if you leave them just like this with all gray bars during their work period, they get less work done, but they have a lot less mental breaks, so it's really up to you. If you want to have like a highly tuned, well-oiled killing force that like is constantly doing what they're supposed to be able to do, then by all means, go for it. 13 shooting on this man. He is a strong expert at shooting. Well, the shotgun is going to serve him well, because the shotgun is capable of one-shotting people at close range. It's a pretty nasty gun. I'm thinking about putting in another cooler over here just to make sure that we freeze this stuff, but it really kind of depends what we think we can get done now versus later. Did we get all those gazelles up there? We killed every single one of those gazelles. Good for the leather supply, not so great for workflow. But they've got all the crops replanted, so Trev, what are you doing right now? He's meditating? Is that a recreation need? Okay. Yeah, that works. No complaint from me. Sounds alright. Go and grab the rest of these gazelletrons up here. Chop them up and make it happen. Make sure that we have enough for our good meals on this side. Because the good meals, they make people very, very happy. And I prefer to keep... When I see that meal right there, I know I'm doing pretty well. The only thing better is once you move up to lavish meals. And lavish meals are like, I think they need a vegetable, they need a fruit, and they also need a... They need a vegetable, they need a fruit, and they also need a meat. And if you can do that, that gives them like a +10 or like a +15 or something ridiculous. and it's pretty helpful. We're only going to get 3 machinery from each one of these, I think. Yeah, 2 machinery. Don't look like, it looks like we didn't get lucky in the overall roll right there. It's not a big seam. It's just a little old seam. I'm just a seam, and they're cutting me reams with their pickaxe because it seems. They take me back to their base. They put me into a place, and then I am an AC unit, yeah. That's exactly what I'm going to turn that into, an AC unit. That's a next level helpful right there. So we got our 10 meals. We got our 10 meals. Food's looking good. I don't think we're going to get another potato harvest before we get to fall. Fall is going to be rough on us. We're going to struggle with fall a little bit. But for now, we got 5 days worth of food and prepared meals. And then more than likely, we've got about 82 meals out of those 2 right there, which is going to be enough to last us a bit. An exotic goods vendor. Who do we have right now? So they've come from whatever that neighboring tribe is. Do we have anybody that's a good warden? We've got Loco, who apparently has very, very good social skills. Loco, let's put those very good social skills to the test, shall we? Let's see what they're selling. Let's see what they've got for us. They've got a whole bunch of random nonsense. We could get a gaggle of lynxes if we wanted to. We could have them breed, and then we could have combat lynxes. They are going to need a lot of meat in order to stay alive, so doing that without access to some kind of pig farm or something like that would probably not be advised. And there's nothing they want to buy from me right now, but a male and a female lynx is really tempting. It's like super tempting because we could train those to be really, really, really good. It's bigger than a house cat, but smaller than a cougar. They're pretty good animals for release training. If we get 4 or 5 of them and release them at the beginning of combat, it would help a lot. Yeah, we could buy 2 lynxes. Sounds all right to me. Take fine meals off the cut, though, because we're going to need meat. Save the meat. Oh, man, that mega sloth got to the food over there. They'll wander around. They'll hunt for themselves as much as it's necessary. But we're going to need to hunt a little bit more to keep them fed, I think. Since all those corpses rotted on the vine out there. Oh, y'all are building the bridge over there? Okay. Yep, chop down trees. Ain't nothing left to do but lumberjack. The downside to our situation right now is that we haven't captured anybody. We've only gotten 1 refugee, and I'd like to have 5 or 6 people right now. Ivy's got combat gear on, but she can't do anything violent, and so she's kind of using it up for everybody else, which is a bit of a bummer. It doesn't make me happy, but now we've got a social area right here that people can hang out at, and they can kind of do their thing. They're in an unsightly environment. They're hot and sweaty right now. I mean, it is summer. Summer is going to come with a certain allotment of hot and sweaty, and there's not really much I can do to change that. I'm not the weather god, neither am I an X-Man. So, you know. Ivy, how are you doing on research, bud? How you doing over here, friend? You haven't been, because you're only at level 6, which is what you were at like 2 episodes ago. So apparently research has not been getting done. Trees down here are getting liquidated at a fairly rapid rate, which makes me pretty happy. What I'd like to do is, for security reasons, I want to take a wooden deadfall trap right here, and then we'll kind of do this right here. I mean, most of the enemies have attacked us from the north, but in this southern area, we would be nice and safe, and I like safety. Like, I have my doubts that anybody's coming in from the south. How much damage do these deal? Do these deal less damage than some of the other stuff that we have? The real worst case scenario is that we can kite the enemy back over this if we get into too much trouble, and they don't get sidetracked breaking all my stuff, and they'll still walk across it. But this many traps right here should be enough to kill a fairly sizable raid of like 8 or 9 guys. We shouldn't have to deal with sieges or anything like that until we actually wall off our entire city, which hasn't happened yet. So, we have a heat wave coming on in. Funsies. Super funsies. It was already hot enough to begin with, but now we got to deal with a heat wave too. People's moods are going to slip on this one. People's moods are going to slip, but that's why we're giving them a lot of free time. We're letting them do whatever they want to do. We've already put in a roof over here. Everybody has been air conditioned. it shouldn't be that bad. It should be all right. And the other thing we could do to help out with that is if you haven't gotten air conditioning or for whatever reason your power grid is not good enough and you're struggling with that, the other thing that you can do is you can go through and you can actually make cowboy hats and dusters for everybody. Cowboy hats and dusters make it so that they don't get heat stroke, even if it's like 125 degrees. I have seen games where it's 135 degrees and the dusters and the cowboy hats don't help, but that's by far kind of, that's the exception, not the rule, so don't panic about it too much. We also, our marijuana crop just got done, so that's good. We can start rolling joints too. So once we start making some joints, although nobody's even crafted the short bow yet, I think I only have one person on crafting, and it's Ivy. And so we are going to have to, we actually don't have a designated crafter. It's kind of a little baby boo-boo bummer right there. Little baby boo-boo bummer. We'll have her finish off batteries for right now. And once she's done with batteries, we'll have her do some crafting just to get her level up a little bit so that she's a tad more efficient. Luckily, we have the support of electrical devices to make that go a little quicker. The corn is looking pretty good. It's a little hot for corn right now. But, you know, shit happens. There's our weed right there so that we can make some Rolos if we need to. We can roll up some blunts. Frito's out here getting some of the cleaning done. We got another food poisoning right there, which is a bummer because that's going to slow somebody down for a while. But the southern edge of our base is very, very safe right now. And then the other suggestion that I would have for you is actually that we go through over here and we deconstruct this, although I think maybe we have to use that command for it because inside the files, bridges are a different type of tile than floors, and they're a different type of tile. Is it Trev that's about to break? Who's about to break? Everything you say to me puts me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe. That actually worked out. Basically, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to force the road into my town from the south right here. This makes it so that the AI will not cross right here because you could set up sandbags in an ambush. The AI will purposefully try to avoid crossing water because of that. And so if you make a little bridge like this right here, make a little bridge, make a little bridge, make a little bridge with me, make a little bridge. What happened to Loco? He's got food poisoning too? Damn, man, our cook need to bring their game up. It's because it's dirty in here. Frito's supposed to be taking care of that, but really has not been. I would say that we could fiddle with our home zones a bit to help out with that. Like, it's unlikely that that area is going to need to be cleaned. It's really, really, really unlikely that that area is going to need to be cleaned. So we'll leave a fire ring over here just in case. But there's a lot of cleaning jobs that need to get done right now, and for whatever reason, he's not doing them. He's just kind of sitting around taking rec time all day, every day. He should be in recovery pretty soon, I hope. If not, he gonna break real, real soon. As far as the lynxes go, oh good, our medicinal crop came through too before the end of the season. That's very, very good. Somebody dropped a pistol over there. Who dropped a pistol? Was it because of... So it's our pistol that got dropped over there. Okay, understandable. You see what I mean? Even though they're crossing the river right here, they're still going out of their way to go around and across that bridge, and that's exactly what we want. So raids from the south down here should not be an issue from now on. Now all we need to do is look to the northeast, and if we look to the northeast, we should be able to resolve that issue without too many more problems. Frito, I think it's because he's hauling. I think that's the problem. He's hauling. Put hauling on a 2 priority for Frito. I want cleaning done first. Clean everybody's houses. Make everything beautiful. Make sure there's not blood spots and death spatter everywhere. Because we gotta cook dinner over here like in a clean area, man. There you go. Now we're getting there. You can see the little bits of dirt and dust and stuff getting cleaned up off the floor. Perfect. Clean up that work area. That's right. Keep a nice workstation. That's what I'm talking about. Let's not do anything too rowdy for right now. Who else was my cook? We had Ivy and we had Loco. Well, Loco's hauling for some reason right now, and I can't tell you exactly why Loco's hauling, but... Oh, she's the only one on cook. Never mind. Well, we'll try it out with him for a little bit. Unfortunately, the truth of our situation is that we don't have anybody that's excessively good at researching, and I'm trying to fix that right now, but it's not going well. This may result in a break because they're going to eat raw food tomorrow. If you eat without a table, that's not my problem, man. I gave you guys a table. You should be able to eat over there. Apparently nobody is eating at this table. I may move it then to a different location. It's possible that they're not eating at the table because it's outside and it's not indoors and they're preferential towards the indoors. I don't know. Sometimes the AI does weird wonky things in this game. We had cargo pods drop. I probably should have clicked on that and found out where it was. Where'd the cargo pods go down? Oh, we also have that. Is the heat wave done? Oh, good. The heat wave's done. Yay! No more heat wave. What is that? Devil Strand? What is that? Chem fuel? Ooh, go get that. I want that. That's enough right there for an entire season's worth of generator function. So, yeah. That's pretty good. We want that. That generator's up and running. We still haven't finished our battery research yet. She at level 7. Pushing for level 8 today. Which is very, very, very good, in my opinion. Hopefully Trev don't screw up too many dinners right now, because if he does, there's going to be a whole lot of food poisoning going around. He seems to be doing alright, though. I mean, it's one of those repetitive... He's not going to want to do it, but it's a little XP each time. I love watching the skill levels roll over. I don't know why it's so satisfying. So she's now an employable professional, which means that this should start going up a lot more rapidly. And just to prove, if you look, maybe they get a production bonus, not a mood bonus for sitting down while they work. Maybe it's a production bonus. I don't know. They get something for having a chair in front of their workstation. And if we get very, very lucky, we'll be able to bring in that corn harvest before the end of Juggist, and we'll be okay. That's 20 medicine right there, which is definitely not something you want to bypass on. Medicine is pretty useful, and you're going to need the herbal meds before too long. You're not going to be able to keep a good supply of the good med kits for a long, long time. Luckily, in this playthrough, we've had almost no diseases, and we've had almost no injuries, so it's been reasonably easy, actually. The Raiders have not been bringing their A-game. We've been able to bust those dudes out pretty quickly every single time we've gone into combat. Yup, get that cotton field done. We got 395 cloth right there. We'll probably use that on dusters and toques for the winter. Oh, look at that. You ate at a table. She has cabin fever. She needs to get out and see the sky. We got a war merchant. See, now that we got a war merchant, I really regret buying these two because we could have bought a bunch of guns right now. Solar flare just knocked out our power grid, so intense radiation shuts down all electrical devices. So, you know, it's an annoyance, but these things do happen. So, I can sell some things. We've got melee weapons that are obviously not doing us a whole lot of good right now. We've got some pants laying around, apparently, that are not doing us a whole lot of good. These guys are only selling tribal weapons, though. They aren't selling anything that's actually super attractive. Nothing sexy in here. I could get a great bow. Let's take the great bow. That sounds alright. Give me the great bow. And we had somebody that did not have a weapon, right? Trev, Frito. Well, we've got an extra weapon just in case we need it for a little bit later. We future-proofed. We don't have anything to sell to these guys just yet. If I had a whole bunch of bows or anything crafted, we could have. Especially if they were excellent quality or higher. Oof, I am excited about this playthrough. I really am. Things are going very, very sweetly. Things are going swimmingly right now. Oh, yeah, those got replanted because of the fire. I was going to say, why aren't those done? Hey, batteries are done. Fantastic. Ivy can finally go outside and be a part of the world. Now that batteries are done, we're going to want to put things on the battery grid. We can put our batteries pretty much anywhere that we want to put them. That looks like a well enough spot to me. We probably won't need that much battery power, but every time I think that I don't need battery power, I regret it, and I wish that I had a bigger battery bank. I don't know the efficient placement for batteries. That's something that I've never looked up on the internet, so I honestly have no idea what goes into the battery power that you want. We can make some smoke leaf joints over there. That might be a decent way for somebody to level up their crafting. Nobody has a passion for it, though, in all honesty. What's the damage on that? That's got pretty good accuracy at short range, man. That's a pretty good weapon. It does 17 damage. That's brutal, man. That's better than some rifles do. That's a pretty solid hit right there. How long do we have before that spoils? That's the other part that I'm worried about. I may need to put in another cooler over here just to make sure that we can keep things taken care of. There we go. Now that we're all gridded up, we don't really have that much of a surplus of electricity. Like, we only have a little bit of electricity right now, and that's a bummer. But, you going to get the chem fuel? Good. That chem fuel is going to be useful later on. It's not a super useful early game item, but it's a really good item for later. I don't really have much to craft right now. We could roll smoke leaf joints and sell those for like $6 a piece. We have enough right there to make like 80 of them. Probably around 75, actually. But, well, we're out of money. It might not be the worst plan. I don't know if I want to do research or if I want her to craft joints. I just don't know. Let's do... So, working towards gun turrets is a smart idea. Let's move... we can do microelectronics, and then that'll make us do our research faster. Or, we can work our way towards gun turrets, but this is going to take, like, months to get done, so it's going to be... It's going to be a considerable effort. In the meantime, add somebody else to the crafting queue. Put them on smoke leaf joints. Make smoke leaf joints until we have, like... I don't know, like 60 of them. That's enough to make like 250 silver every time somebody comes by. And the nice thing about drugs is that everybody wants them. Like, you can sell drugs in this game to just about anybody, and they'll take them. Especially smoke leaf. Like, smoke leaf is pretty high up on the list right there for how good it is. I wonder if she's researching slower because she doesn't have a lamp. No, not a sun lamp. But we'll put one in right there just to see if it helps. Our grid is okay right now. Does that help with her production? Feels like it's going a little bit faster, but honestly, she's making such a small dent in that research anyways that we might need 2 people working on it. God, wouldn't that be toxic? I am not looking forward to that. If I have to have 2 people working on that, I'm going to lose my damn mind. The temperature is dropping back down, which means that fall is on its way. If this corn don't grow, if this kern don't grow in like a couple of days, I'm going to have to early harvest it, actually. I'm just going to have to go in and do what I do. I'm not going to be able to, yeah. Early harvests are not that terrible. So we've got ourselves taken care of right there. At the stone cutting table, what is that? Slate? How much slate do I have laying around? I got some slate laying around. Let's get started on the blocks that we're going to need. Oh, I didn't build a sculptor's table. Yeah. I knew I forgot something. I built a sculptor's table, but I didn't do a stone cutter's table. It'll have to be outside, unfortunately. I don't want it to be outside, but it's gonna have to be. There you go. Put that right there. We've got 402 wood left. It's probably time for us to do some lumberjacking too. Knock down the forest a little bit before a fire or nuclear fallout inevitably kills the entire forest. This is moving along pretty well. Then again, the rule of Rimworld is don't jinx it. Make me slate blocks, please. Do it forever. Until we have like 1,000 slate blocks, I'm not going to feel better because I want to run that wall over to here, down to there, and then down to there. This big section of wall right here is going to be the most considerable portion of that job. But it will be cool. She's trying to move that research along, but this guy's over here frying weed like it's bacon. Oh, yeah, he was on the cleanup job, wasn't he? How much XP does he get for that? He gets none XP is how much XP he gets for that. All right, you also, I want to disable the joints because sometimes what'll happen is they just sit around smoking weed all day every day. Like, they become giant, like, tribal potheads out here. And, you know, I'm a fan of being productive. Like, I enjoy marijuana as much as the next guy. All right, I enjoy a spliff here or there. But, that being said, some days you got shit to do and you just can't afford to be domed out of your gourd. Like, sometimes flight school is not the place where you want to go. Sometimes you need to focus on doing your thing. Why is there a basin right there? That's kind of interesting for stone cutting. Like, do you roll it or something in there? Or maybe they use that to create a straight surface, possibly? And, like, shave it down? I don't know, man. That's weird. I've never seen that before for stone cutting. These smoke leaf joints are going to be the primary way that we make money. That's why we plant weed fields. These are not for people to smoke, although if you have them, it gives you a better chance of getting the smoke leaf binge when somebody mentally breaks. And smoke leaf binge is fine. That means they just they smoke weed straight for like 12 hours, and then they're good. But Ivy got food poisoning. Great. Funsies. Food poisoning is really, really common right now in 1.0. It's been one of my complaints. I don't know. You get it a lot. You get it like a lot. But, you know, I think in one of my playthroughs where I'm like 12 hours in, I've gotten food poisoning like 100 and something times, even though the room is clean. And even though, you know, kind of is what it is. You sort of deal with it as you go along. Oh, yeah, all these need to be auto-rearmed. But as you can see, the trap bridge worked swimmingly. Worked great. This is Rimworld 1.0. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you for stopping on by. If you like this video, don't forget to hit it with a like. Leave me a comment down there about what you're thinking about. If you wanted to get the game for yourself, you can support the developer through Steam down below. Hi, I do, and I will see you next time, everybody.